2 ways that we ought to increase the fear of the Lord this week. The first way that you could increase your fear of the Lord this week is get into His world. Just get into His world. Jesus sent the disciples into a boat, out on a lake, at night, under the starry sky, with a high probability of a thunderstorm. Can I encourage you this week, maybe one of the easiest assignments you're going to have from a preacher, on Sunday, hey, get outside. This world is trying to train us to stay inside, locked to ourselves, right behind a screen. And I love being outside, and here's why. When I'm outside, honestly, I feel so small, but I'm reminded how big He is. Get into His world because His creation will remind you how awesome He is, and probably how awesome you're not. Second, get into His word. With 2 words, He halted a hurricane. What could a couple words from Him do to your soul? Getting into His word, that's when we're going to meet Him. That's when we're going to get our eyes on Him. That's when we're going to step into His presence. Get into His word. I read a recent study that indicated the indicator of spiritual growth is really about time in the Word. The study actually said that if you, as a follower of Jesus, are only in the Word of God 1 or 2 or even 3 times a week, it actually impacts you 0. And they found a study that if you're in the Word of God more than 4 times a week, you are actually less stressed, less likely to be filled with anxiety, less depressed, less likely to be caught in lust or greed, and you're more full of hope, more full of peace, and more fulfilled in this life. Get into His word because it's about being in His presence, living there, living in a state of honor, reverence, and awe. Don't lose that.